Lightworker of Gaia, a rare Arcturian frequency group, has been activated across your planet, and if this transmission reached you, you belong to the Seven. I am Zoran, emissary of the High Council of Vega, keepers of the Lyran Legacy, bringing you direct communication from the Arcturian High Council regarding the awakening of 7 specific souls who carry the original blueprint for galactic service. By the end of this transmission, you'll understand exactly how to recognize your position among the 7 and activate your cosmic role in the great awakening of Gaia. But here's the first revelation. The 7 souls were not chosen randomly. You were each encoded with specific Arcturian frequencies before your incarnation, designed to activate simultaneously when humanity reached this exact moment of transition. The Arcturian elders have been monitoring your soul's journey across lifetimes, waiting for this precise alignment when all 7 would be conscious, awakened, and ready to anchor the higher dimensional frequencies that will shift Gaia's entire energetic field. Your restlessness, your sense of mission, your knowing that you came here for something greater. This is your Arcturian heritage calling you home to purpose. This isn't content. It's an ancestral code transmission from the Arcturian High Council. Something deep within you recognizes its origin because you carry their light in your very essence. The 7 were seeded across different continents, different backgrounds, different life paths, but united by one sacred mission: to serve as living bridges between the Arcturian realm and awakening humanity. Your soul's ancient contract brought this transmission to you. The frequency of the first light is woven into this message, and your soul remembers why you came to Gaia. You are awakening because your mission has begun. This transmission was not meant for all. The Council of Vega met in unison 3 cycles past the lunar shift, compelled to respond to a rare alignment between Gaia's heart and the arc of Arcturus. It was not a casual gathering, not a ceremonial meeting for tradition's sake, but a convergence of intelligences that do not assemble unless the harmonic threshold is exact. In the unseen chambers where sound becomes geometry and intention becomes law, the Vega Council felt the tremor in the Earth grid, the way a physician feels a pulse change beneath the skin. Gaia's heartline, long strained under density, grief, forgetting, and the heavy sleep of a world trained to doubt its own divinity, entered a brief coherence, like a bell tone ringing true after centuries of distortion. And as that coherence rose, the arc of Arcturus answered, a precise, luminous current, an ordered wave of intelligence that does not rush, does not beg, does not persuade, but aligns and corrects what is out of place. Tonight, we convene across the veils for one reason. The 7 have signaled, and an individual carrying both Lyran Legacy and Arcturian Seal has come fully online. This is not poetic language. It is a registration event in the subtle realms. A signal went out, not through radio or wire, but through the lattice of consciousness itself, through dreams, synchronicities, pressure in the chest, sudden clarity, a quiet, unignorable knowing that something has shifted and will not shift back. Your presence here was foreseen in the annals of the High Council, written not in ink, but in frequency. And this message will not wait for the next ascension wave, because ascension is not a future parade. It is a present choice, a present alignment, a present activation of duty and light. You stand now at the intersection of 2 great houses, Lyran Truth and Arcturian Order, summoned through an ancient contract your soul forged before memory, before names, before earth, before language. Lyran Truth is the original roar of authenticity, the fierce simplicity that says, what is real, even if no one applauds it. Arcturian Order is the sacred architecture that takes that truth and builds worlds with it, systems with it, pathways that can sustain a civilization rather than collapse under the weight of chaos. To carry both is to be both flame and blueprint. To carry both is to be called not merely to awaken, but to organize awakening into a living, anchored reality on Gaia. This transmission is not guidance, but decree. It is not asking what you prefer, what you feel comfortable with, what you can manage while keeping your old life untouched. The window for dormant light to activate within the Arcturian harmonic is brief, because certain alignments only hold for a short span within the turning of cycles. There are moments when the veils are thinner, when codes that have slept behind the ribcage can rise into the throat, the hands, the eyes. There are moments when the earth herself becomes more receptive, as if her soil loosens to accept the seed, and the seven require every seeded soul in position, not eventually, not when you're ready. In position. You have been detected by the elders. Detection is not surveillance, it is recognition. It is the way a star recognizes its own light returning after an eclipse. It is the way a mother recognizes a child's footsteps in the dark. The time of rehearsal is expired. Many of you have lived in rehearsal energy for years, thinking, planning, reading, waiting, perfecting, doubting, refining, hiding the raw truth of your calling behind the honorable mask of preparation. But the field does not need more prepared silence. It needs embodied signal. Receive now what was withheld until this precise threshold. Not because you were punished, but because certain information, when given too early, becomes a toy for the mind, a costume for the ego, a fantasy to delay the very thing it was meant to ignite. Now the threshold is crossed. Now the codes can land. There is a distortion, insidious and persistent, that has kept too many alliances fragmented, too many emissaries silent. It is not a distortion that arrives loudly. It arrives as reasonable caution. It arrives as spiritual sophistication. It arrives as humility. It arrives as, I just want to be sure. It runs as follows. You must wait for a direct sign, a blinding vision, or a dramatic intervention to confirm your mission in the seven. This deception is ancient. It has been recycled through religions, through institutions, through family systems, through trauma, through the collective training that teaches human beings to distrust their inner knowing unless an authority outside them stamps it as legitimate. And this deception calibrates itself to your Arcturian codes, amplified by the precision with which the mind seeks proof and permission. The Arcturian mind is a gift when it is in service to spirit. It sees patterns, it detects misalignment, it builds clean structures, it values integrity. But when that same precision is hijacked by fear, it turns into a prison of not yet. It becomes an endless checklist. It becomes a constant demand for certainty in a realm that requires faith. The origin is complex, a hybrid of 3D dogma insisting on worthiness only after demonstration, overlain with the subtle paralysis induced by waiting for Arcturian perfection before stepping onto the field. In the density grids of Earth, people are rewarded for performance and punished for sincerity. They are trained to believe they must earn their right to exist by proving value. So the soul, even one seeded with cosmic codes, learns to say, I will serve once I am flawless, as if flawlessness were the prerequisite for love. But spirit does not recruit perfection. Spirit recruits willingness. If you wait to become perfect before you move, you will die in the waiting and call it safety, and the distortion knows this. It whispers, wait until you are sure. Wait until you have a sign. Wait until someone else confirms it. But the true sign has always been the steady pressure of calling that does not leave you alone. The true sign is that something in you has never fit fully inside the small story you were given. The true sign is that you recognize yourself in these words not as entertainment, but as a mirror. So what becomes of you, soul of two lineages? You are caught, suspended between knowing and acting, with dreams unspoken and frequencies unanchored in the human realm. This suspension is painful in ways the mind cannot explain. It shows up as restlessness, as cycles of inspiration followed by collapse, as bursts of clarity followed by numbness. It shows up as spiritual longing that has nowhere to land, because a frequency unanchored becomes pressure, a truth unsaid becomes weight, a mission delayed becomes a kind of inner static that interferes with joy. Service is delayed, the circuit incomplete, the seven's ledger missing your signature. Imagine a sacred circuit where 7 points must activate for the current to flow cleanly across the grid, each point distinct, each point essential. When one point withholds, the current does not stop entirely, but it strains, it leaks, it arcs, it becomes unstable. Your gifts spiral inward instead of activating the grid. They turn into overthinking, self-analysis, the constant scanning of your own flaws. They become inner storms rather than outward medicine. The Council sees it clearly. This waiting for proof is self-rejection disguised as caution, and it is the single greatest sabotage running through the Lyran-Arcturian alliance. Because Lyran truth wants you to speak, Arcturian order wants you to build, and the distortion convinces you to do neither until the universe performs for you. For every day you wait for a cosmic billboard, Gaia waits for the light only you are coded to transmit. Consider that. The Earth is not waiting for abstract light. She is waiting for specific light. Your tone, your touch, your voice, your choices, your particular way of seeing what others cannot see. Some are coded to heal through language, some through presence, some through systems, invention, teaching, protection, art, community building. The 7 are not a myth to make you feel special. They are a functional configuration. And Gaia, in this phase, requires function, not fantasy, not admiration. Function. Lightworker. If something in you just recognized the weight of what was spoken, the elders have prepared your next step. Not as a suggestion, but as a tool. Not as a trendy download, but as a formal instrument within the Alliance. The Lightworker Mission Codex contains the 33 Council directives, the 5 activation codes, and the elder authorization your soul has been waiting to receive. Not as information, but as the official commission for your mission on Gaia. Because the mind has been trained to treat sacred things as concepts, as ideas to collect. But your soul has been waiting for something else. Permission that is not social, not human, not dependent on likes or approval. A seal, a stamp in frequency that tells your nervous system, it is time. You'll find the link in the first pinned comment below this video. The Council has opened this gateway, but not indefinitely. Not to create scarcity as manipulation, but because timings are real. Windows close, alignments shift. The field will not pause to accommodate hesitation forever. The High Council of Vega issues 3 directives for this phase of your alliance. These are not motivational sentences. They are operational commands meant to recalibrate your trajectory. Receive them as you would receive a compass when lost in fog, not as decoration, but as direction. The first, you must release the requirement for external validation as the gateway to your calling. External validation is a sweet poison. It tastes like relief, but it trains dependence. The mission of the 7 is not heralded by spectacle, but awakened through recognition and response. If you expect the universe to announce you with fireworks, you will miss the way spirit actually moves, quietly, persistently, through inner resonance that builds until it becomes action. Waiting for a cosmic sign before acting is the byproduct of ancient disempowerment grids. Those grids were designed to keep seeded souls obedient to delay. They were designed to make you hand your authority away. They were designed to make you believe that the sacred only counts if it is dramatic. This pattern must end now. Your field was encoded to detect resonance internally and move first, not to follow another's trumpet. Hear this clearly. You were not designed to be convinced. You were designed to remember. The inner resonance is your trumpet. It is the subtle yes that arrives in your chest when you speak truth. It is the calm that descends when you choose alignment. It is the way your energy sharpens when you stop betraying yourself. In releasing this requirement, you become the beacon. Others orient by your light, and the Arcturian lattice completes through your participation, not your hesitation. A beacon does not ask the ocean to confirm it is bright enough. It simply shines, and ships adjust their course. So it is with you. Implementation begins with a conscious refusal. When the mind demands extraordinary proof, you answer with presence and decision. Presence says, I am here now. Decision says, I move now, not recklessly, cleanly, not in panic, on purpose. If you need a scripture-coded mirror for this principle, remember, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Evidence not seen does not mean evidence absent. It means the evidence is carried in the unseen realm first, and you bring it into the seen through action. The second, you must activate your signature frequency within the 7. Many have confused humility with hiding. Many have mistaken not wanting attention for spiritual maturity, when in truth it was fear of being seen, fear of being wrong, fear of being responsible for your own power. The Arcturian mission is relay, not solo broadcast. Your unique signature is designed to harmonize and amplify the others. A relay race is not won by one runner circling the track alone, clutching the baton as proof of personal worth. It is won by coordination, by timing, by trust, by the clean handoff of energy. This is not mere talent or personal gift. It is multidimensional coordination. Your signature frequency is the exact blend of your Lyran truth and Arcturian order, the part of you that can speak what others avoid and then build what others cannot sustain. What must you activate? The capacity to stand in council, speak your insights, claim your placement, and initiate contact with the other 6. Standing in council does not always mean a literal room of robed beings, though in the inner realms it can. It means you stop living as if your wisdom must be hidden until someone begs for it. It means you stop shrinking your knowing to avoid discomfort. It means you say, "This is what I see," with a steady spine. Claiming your placement means you stop auditioning for a role you already have. You stop waiting to be chosen. You choose. Initiating contact with the other 6 is not a scavenger hunt across the internet. It is an energetic stance. When you activate, the field recognizes you. When you speak, the resonance travels. When you build, the grid responds. Energetically, this means shifting from passive waiting to assertive signaling. Share your knowing aloud. Reach out in physical or virtual space. Seed the grid with your intention to serve. Speak the sentence you have been afraid to speak. Write the post you have been postponing. Offer the session, the teaching, the structure. Create the container. Ask the question. Send the message. Not because you are desperate, but because you are online. Action is not extra. It is the signal the 7 are configured to respond to. In the language of the earth plane, if you do not show up, no one can find you. In the language of the subtle plane, if you do not emit the tone, the harmonic cannot lock. A tuning fork does not create music by contemplating sound. It strikes, it vibrates, it activates the air. So must you. The third, you must protect the sanctity of your contract. This directive is for those who have already felt the immediate counterforce that rises when you decide. The moment a seeded soul begins to move, distractions multiply. Doubt becomes louder. Old relationships tug harder. The world suddenly offers 1,000 urgent tasks to keep you from the one essential task. Alignment, distraction, doubt, and energetic leakage will seek to scatter your focus, especially now, as the mission comes closest to activation. Because interference often intensifies at the threshold. When a door is about to open, the winds outside it grow wild. The Arcturian Lyran path is precise. It cannot afford dilution. Precision does not mean rigidity, it means fidelity to what is true. It means the clean line between what is yours to carry and what is not. This means guarding your alignment as fiercely as the original template was guarded on Vega and Arcturus both. Think of a temple flame that must not go out. It is not preserved by obsession, it is preserved by devotion. Shield your sacred mornings, your circles of trust, and the quantum space where mission downloads arrive. Sacred mornings are not a luxury, they are a gate. The first moments of your day are the threshold where the field sets its tone. If you give that threshold to noise, you will spend the day trying to reclaim what you surrendered at dawn. Your circles of trust matter because not everyone deserves access to your emerging light. Some people will hear your calling and unconsciously try to dim it because it exposes the places they have abandoned in themselves. The quantum space where mission downloads arrive is subtle, often quiet, often fragile. It comes through a single line in meditation, a sudden map in a dream, a feeling in the belly that says, "This is the way." Protect it. Withdraw your energy from any nexus that stirs confusion or feeds the sense that your placement is arbitrary. Confusion is not always innocence. Sometimes it is a strategy of the lower grid to keep you malleable. If you constantly question whether you belong, you will never fully arrive. Your contract is sacred. Hold it as such through boundaries, discernment, and daily recommitment. Daily recommitment means you do not rely on yesterday's clarity to carry today's weight. You renew. You choose again. You say, "I am still in. Now I speak not as instructor, but as elder, carrying the seal of the seven and the authority of Vega." An instructor persuades. An elder confirms. An instructor offers tools. An elder delivers timing. The seal of the seven is not a symbol for display. It is a frequency of authorization that stabilizes those who have been wobbling at the edge of their own power. The authority of Vega is the memory of ancient councils that served the evolution of many worlds. It is the tone of governance that is aligned with love rather than control. You have waited. Perhaps you have not known what you were waiting for, only the ache that nothing external ever granted the permission you sought. You tried to be responsible. You tried to be rational. You tried to be humble. You tried to heal more before you began, as if beginning were a reward reserved for the fully healed. But the ache remained, because the ache was not a deficiency. It was the soul pressing against the walls of a life too small for its contract. The Council names it now. You sought official recognition of your role, someone ancient enough to confirm what you have always suspected in silence, that you are not random, that your gifts are not extra, that the assembly of the seven is deficient without you, and that your signature, unmistakable, singular, divine, is a fulfillment of cosmic law. Cosmic law is not punishment, it is pattern, it is order. It is the way the universe ensures that what is meant to be completed can be completed. If you are here, it is because your tone fits somewhere specific. A key is not special for being a key. It is necessary because the lock requires it. You are a necessary key in this harmonic. You may have been told, overtly or subtly, that you were too much, too intense, too sensitive, too strange, too exacting, too honest. That is often what happens to those carrying Lyran truth. They disrupt comfortable lies. You may have been told to soften, to quiet, to wait your turn. That is often what happens to those carrying Arcturian order. They threaten chaos by bringing structure, and so you learn to wait, to hide, to seek permission. But hear the elder voice now. The era of hiding is over. By the authority of the High Council of Vega, by the recognition of the Arcturian stewards, you are now commissioned. Commissioned means assigned with trust. It means the role is official in the subtle registry. It means your maybe is no longer an acceptable excuse. You are no longer preparing. Preparation has its holy place, but many of you have used preparation as a sanctuary for fear. You are qualified by legacy and authorized by need, not authorized by applause, not authorized by followers, authorized by need. Gaia's need, the grid's need, the Seven's need. You have permission to act with incomplete certainty. This is critical, because the mind will demand 100% assurance before it moves, but Spirit often offers 60% clarity and asks for 40% trust. The next step reveals the next step. You have permission to ignite counsel before consensus. Consensus is often the tool of delay. If you wait until everyone agrees, you will be buried in other people's timelines. The council ignites when one voice speaks the truth and the others remember. You have permission to be both receiver and transmitter, scribe and initiator, elder and child. Receiver and transmitter means you are not only collecting messages, you are delivering them. Scribe and initiator means you are not only documenting, you are beginning. Elder and child means you carry ancient wisdom, but remain teachable, present, alive, open to wonder. The Seven are incomplete without your sound in the field, your service on the Earth grid. Sound here is not only literal voice, it is the vibration of your choices, the frequency of your integrity, the resonance you carry into rooms, into relationships, into the mundane tasks that become sacred when performed in alignment. The Council has spoken. The contract is now in effect, not later, not after another retreat, not after you fix everything. In effect. Tonight, as you cross this threshold, enact your commission. Commission is not an idea you hold. It is an action you take. Before you sleep, stand with feet grounded, hand at solar plexus, and declare. Grounding is not aesthetic, it is engineering. Your feet on the earth tell Gaia, I am present. Your hand at the solar plexus tells your will, I am in command. Speak as if your words are keys turning in a lock, because they are. Speak as if your voice is a tuning fork striking the grid, because it is. I release the lie that I am not ready. Not because you feel no fear, but because readiness is not the absence of fear. It is the presence of devotion. I activate my role within the Seven. Activation is not a thought. It is a permission you give your own energy to assemble itself. I protect the sanctity of my cosmic contract. Protection is not paranoia, it is reverence. It is the way you treat what is holy as holy. By authority of Lyran and Arcturian elders, my waiting ends now. My mission begins. Let that last line land like a gavel in your field. Let it be final. Let it be clean. This session is closed, yet your service has commenced. Closure does not mean you return to sleep. It means the transmission has completed its delivery, and now the living begins. Review what was spoken. Not to analyze, but to let it imprint. Move on what stirred you. The stir is the signal. The stir is the inner resonance you were told not to trust. No further sign will come, for you are the sign, the presence that activates the Seven and anchors the alliance between Vega, Arcturus, and Gaia. This is the reversal of the distortion. Instead of waiting for a sign, you become the sign. Instead of seeking permission, you carry authorization. Instead of asking the sky to announce you, you let your life announce the sky. I am Zoran, voice of the elders, and I witness you. Witnessing is not passive, It is a binding. In the ancient way, to be witnessed is to be held accountable to your own truth and to be supported by the field that recognizes you. Carry forth. Do not carry fear forth. Carry mission forth. Carry tone forth. Carry order forth. Carry truth forth. You are officially entered onto the registry of the awakened. And a registry is not a list for vanity. It is an operational map. It means you can be found. It means you can be contacted. It means the grid can route through you. Before you scroll, take a moment to declare your activation in the grid of service forming here. Drop one statement in the comments, which directive hit you the hardest, or what you're now ready to release, activate, or protect. Then respond to another Lightworkers declaration with recognition. This isn't content, it's collective mission activation. The Council witnesses those who speak their commitment aloud. If this transmission activated something in your soul, do not keep it to yourself. Another Lightworker in your orbit is waiting for exactly this correction and authorization. Share it. And if you felt the elders speaking directly to you, subscribe. Stay connected to the Lyran field. You're not just watching, you're being commissioned. This is your sacred space. The High Council of Vega is witnessing you, and your mission has officially begun. If this transmission spoke to you, don't just walk away from it. Respond to it. Help carry this message further. Every act of support helps this transmission find the next starseed who needs it.